Hi guys. New video today, yay! Twice in one day. Haven't done that in a little bit. I have to discuss something with you guys that has actually been on my mind for a couple weeks now. I just learned about this actually being a thing, again, a couple weeks back. And I'm pretty sure some people are gonna get mad at me, and I'm pretty sure I'm probably gonna have a lot of backlash for this, because I know this is very not a fun subject to talk about when it comes to being in the DDLG community. And BDSM, CGL, ABDL, all that stuff. For those of you who don't know what ABDL stands for, it's Adult Baby Diaper Lover, and CGL is Caregiver and Little. Okay, now to get into it. I'm going to be discussing the very touchy topic of minors in the BDSM community and DDLG community, which DDLG is a sub-branch of BDSM, which is why, again, minors, not a good idea. I'm gonna try to talk about this as seriously as I possibly can, and this is gonna be all uncut, and this video is probably gonna be a little long, but I'm sorry, this is a very serious thing that needs to be discussed, and I need to make sure I get all my points out as much as I can, and if I have to repeat myself, I probably will. So bear with me. Okay, minors in the community. No. No. Absolutely not. Minors in the community is not an okay thing. This is an 18+ community. Even if you're 18, 19, I'm 20 years old and I still barely understand this community. Take baby steps, firstly, when you're starting out in the BDSM community, and be 18. Minors are not allowed in this community because of the fact that it is a legal matter, it is a safety matter, and it is a moral matter. Legally, you guys, you underage minors cannot be with us as daddies, mommies, littles, any of us. You cannot be with us because it is illegal. I don't care if the consenting age is 16 or 17 in your state. No. I'm gonna try to explain this as good as I possibly can. I'm not good with my words, guys, so please, again, bear with me. Okay. Minors are not allowed and should not be allowed in this community because, again, it is a legal and safety and moral matter. This community is a very serious community. There are very serious things that go on in this community in terms of the scenes, in terms of any contracts that are made with lovers, in terms of dom and sub relationships. Guys, there is intense abuse in this community sometimes. Some of these people, some of these doms, and some of these doms are very, very psycho, and some of them can be very abusive, and some of them can be very scary. You can find good ones, yes, there are good people out there. I, for one, have found an amazing daddy. But guys, this community is an 18+ community. It's only for adults because we're doing very serious adult things in this community. The ropes, the chains, the whips, candle wax, clamps, even needles and knives for people who are into more intense play. Like, guys, you teenagers are still only children. You are not developed enough, mentally or physically, I don't care what you say, you are not mentally developed enough to be in this community, to be a part of this community. What you do on your own time and experimenting with it is totally your thing. If you want to try to research it and experiment with it a little bit, go right ahead. But you can't be fully in the community because there are a lot of people in here that are very creepy and very dangerous, and there are people that will take advantage of you, and legally, we physically can't be with you because, again, that's statutory. It's not legal. It'll get everyone in trouble. And not to mention, guys, this community already has a lot of controversy around it. Some people think that we're a bunch of pedos, some people think that we're furries, some people think that, like, A lot of people think that what we do involves actual children, and that's disgusting. People think that we're pedophiles because they see young teenagers and people sometimes being involved in this stuff. That is part of why you guys aren't helping our image at all. You're making it worse. You're making it look exactly like what it doesn't look like. Exactly like what it really isn't. You are not mentally and physically prepared for the commitment, the endurance, and you're not ready for any of this. You're not. Trust me. I found out about BDSM when I was 16 and 17. And it scared the hell out of me at first, because I thought, like, when I first saw it, I thought it was, like, the same thing as, like, being sexually assaulted. I really did. Until I actually did some research, and I found out it was really just intensely rough sex, and I realized I liked it. But guys, again, it's not just intense like, oh, you're getting whipped a couple times, or you're gonna get spanked really hard. Guys, some of these acts can put littles almost in tears because of what they're going through. The only reason it doesn't totally affect us mentally is because our DOMs give us the right aftercare afterwards. But that doesn't mean that it's okay for you guys. Just because we're okay and we can handle it does not mean that you guys might be able to too. I'm going to try to cover as many points in here as I possibly can. I know this is going to be all over the place. I'm going to maybe do an edit of this another time later on when I have more experience in this lifestyle myself, but what I do know for a fact is this is not for children. You are not mentally and physically prepared for this. The kind of physical endurance that you would need to go through some of the scenes like this, even sometimes I don't think I'd be able to handle it. I have yet to actually be with my daddy in a physical manner. The scenes he sometimes talks about possibly performing, they excite me, but they scare me, because I've never been handled like that before. And I don't know if I'll be able to handle the full thing, but I'm 20 years old and I don't know if I'll be able to handle it. Guys, your bodies are still developing. You are not fully developed yet. Your bodies are probably definitely not going to be able to handle it. And you guys are still so mentally unstable and still so emotionally all over the place. There's almost no way you're going to be able to handle the mental capacity it takes to handle going through those scenes. Because guys, sometimes it can feel almost like abuse. Those scenes can become so intense that sometimes you forget that you're there to enjoy it, that he's doing it for your pleasure, that he or she is doing it for your pleasure. But guys, I know I'm doing a horrible time just explaining this. You guys are not old enough to handle this. You're not old enough to handle the commitment, the mental capacity, and the physical endurance it takes to handle being in a BDSM relationship or to handle being in the BDSM community. It doesn't matter what branch you're in, there are still going to be chains, whips, punishments. There's still going to be the harsher stuff involved. It's not all candy and spoiled and cuddles. It's not. DDLG is not all being, like, all over each other all the time and being spoiled. And I'm sorry I'm kind of messing with stuff because I have ADD. I thought that I was mature enough when I was y'all's age, when I was 15, 16, 17, even 18. I wasn't, guys. I never got the chance to be tied up until I was 19, and I can honestly say it kind of scared me at first then. Because I couldn't do anything. I couldn't move. I couldn't stop him if I didn't want him to do something. But I let it go because I trusted him enough. Because I was mentally able to trust him. Because I was old enough to know that he was good enough that if he ends up hurting me and I say something, he would stop. Guys, there are psychos in this community that make themselves out to look like the perfect person. And then you're gonna find yourself chained up in a dark room, and you're gonna end up in the worst condition you could possibly end up in. That person might just end up killing you after some very sadistic and very mentally scarring torture. Guys, a lot of things that go on in this community are torturous. You guys are not mentally ready to handle this. You're not. Take the time. If you guys are interested in it at your age, take this time to research it, to really understand what it is. It's not a fad. You kids are treating it like it's a fad. It's not. It's a lifestyle dynamic. It is a very serious lifestyle dynamic. There are some people that have contracts even for this, so that they understand what they're getting into. Guys, there are doms that are so incensed they have to have their subs sign a contract for them. There are subs that are that need so much attention. Some of you younger doms won't be able to handle it because you'll be wanting your own time. Guys, we are needy. Guys and girls, we are needy. Very, very needy. Like, we are gonna want your attention literally on us all the time. And to us jealous types, we're probably gonna try to cut a bitch. I know I would. And I really, really doubt that you're mentally ready for that kind of clinginess. I know when I was 15 and 16 and 17, I wasn't really into clinginess, but then when I turned to 18, I started really wanting someone to cling on me all the time, and this was around the time that I was with one of my exes, and we were always cuddling on each other. It was a vanilla relationship. I wasn't in the community yet, but you get my point. As you get older, you're gonna start changing your inside. You're gonna start having different feelings about different things. Some of the things that you feel now, you're probably not gonna feel when you get older. You're not. I know I don't feel a lot of the things I used to when I was younger. I'm not in love with my ex anymore. I'm not with them. I'm not in school anymore. I don't hang out with the people I used to hang out with anymore. I've changed so much in such a short time. Like, guys, when I was 15 and 16, I was literally a little blonde, quiet little girl who was wearing purple all the time at school, and I had a group of friends, maybe 10 or 15. I had 10 to 15 friends in just my personal circle. And now look at me. I'm 20 years old. I'm wearing a fucking Alice in Wonderland hat. That right there. I listen to metal. I'm wearing glasses. I'm into BDSM. Guys, what you are feeling now is probably going to end up changing in some way when you get older. You guys are not ready. I cannot, oh my gosh. I don't know how much more clear I can make that. You guys are not ready. You guys are gonna get seriously hurt mentally, physically, emotionally if you dive into this so quickly without even knowing what you're getting into and without even being mature enough to handle it. Guys, I don't really want to put her story out there, but she has talked about it before. I have another little YouTuber I watch named Kellyanne, and she even explained how she finally found her current daddy and how she went through the motions trying to discover herself in the BDSM community. But guys, she started out early, too early, and she ended up getting hurt a lot. Like, she was so broken when she finally found her right person, her right daddy. But guys, she is older than me, and she still doesn't feel like she's really totally, like, used to this yet. She's not an expert. I'm definitely not an expert, but we know, we both have enough common sense to understand. Minors, You are not ready for this. You're not. I don't know how I can stress that anymore. Guys, morally, I don't know how that you guys think it's okay morally for you guys to be doing this. I didn't think it was okay when I was your age. I wasn't even thinking about sex when I was your age. Oy. This world's generation, I'm so worried about you kids these days because you're getting into so much more shit than you need to be, and you're growing up way too fast. You guys need to hold on to your childhood and hold on to your innocence for as long as you can, because guys, that is the most purest and best happiness that you are ever going to feel in your entire life, is that innocence and that pureness and that feeling of being a child and still not knowing jack shit about the world. And still being so blinded. You guys. There are girls that have committed suicide because of what they've gone through in this community, because they've been with the wrong people, or they've started too soon before they can handle it. You guys are gonna mentally scar yourselves if you get into this. Are you really prepared to deal with that? Are you prepared to I want you guys to try to put yourself in a situation real fast. Try to think about this. Please. Try to picture this as best you possibly can. Not in a pleasurable way, please. This is serious. I want you to really, 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 really think about this scenario as I talk about it. Please. To the subs who want to be in this community, to the underage submissives, the underage who feel submissive, try to put yourself in a scene, like a really adult scene. Say, okay, let's say that you are about to perform a scene with your dom, and he's getting you set up. Now, let's say he has you on a bar with your hands all the way pulled back, tied up completely. Try to imagine yourself being completely bent this way and being completely restrained like that, with ropes or chains or whatever he's doing. Try to imagine that and try to do not do this and try to get yourselves off. Do this and be fucking serious. I am asking you to show some maturity that you seem to think that you have. Because if you are going to be mature, if you are actually mature, you're not going to listen to me tell you this and think about something that's going to pleasure you. You're going to think about this and actually think if you really want to be in this scenario. You guys want to show me your maturity? Think of this seriously. Please. Try to imagine yourself in that position. Your arms are tied all the way behind you, completely straightened out. Your back is bent, and you're in a complete split. Your legs are tied up to a bar under you. You're completely exposed. And you have a gag in your mouth. You can't speak, you can't scream. You can't tell him to stop if you have to. You can't even use a safety word at that point. He comes in, let's say he's built, let's say he's just wearing a white t-shirt and jeans, and let's say he has clamps, a crop, 3 whips, 3 actual flogging whips, like cat o' nine tails, and a vibrating wand. Let's say he has all those. And a candle for dripping wax. Again, guys, think of this seriously. Do you guys really think that you can handle maybe 30 or something whips, 30 odd something whips from those actual tools, or having clamps on your nipples, or possibly maybe your clit? Yeah, That's where they're going to go. That is where they are going to go. That's where those clamps are going to go. And the candle wax. Very hot candle wax being dripped on your very sensitive areas. Are you really sure that you're going to be able to go through that for about an hour and a half, maybe? Because I really don't think you are going to be able to handle that. I don't even think I'd be able to handle that. And I'm 20 years old. And I'm very much a freak. And I'm not afraid to admit that. But guys, seriously, try to imagine yourself in that situation. Try to imagine yourself even in a more intense situation where blood play is involved. And for those who don't know what blood play is, that is when there is a knife or needles involved and you are going to get either cut or stuck. That is a thing in BDSM. That really is. My daddy's already talked about dragging a butter knife down me, and that wouldn't really, honestly, be that bad of a thing, I don't think. That's just a really harsh scratching sensation. I know. But guys, again, I really don't think you're going to be able to handle a situation like that or something more intense. I really don't think you'll be able to handle something, like, really that much less intense, really. Guys, some of these scenes get very, very, very harsh, and some of them can become extremely painful. And sometimes they're not going to stop until they are ready to stop. And you're not going to have any say because you're going to have the gag in your mouth and you're not going to be able to say anything until it's over. I want you guys to put yourselves in that situation right now in your heads. And I want to see if you guys are actually going to be able to handle that. Think about that seriously. Try to put yourself in that situation and try to imagine the actual pain that you're going to feel. It's not just going to be pleasure. There's a lot of pain involved in this too. You minors are going to get yourselves in so much trouble, and you're going to get yourselves so hurt if you end up in this community, and if you try to push it on trying to be in this community. It is not a fad. It's not. You guys are treating it like it's one. It's not. This is not a fad. This is a very serious lifestyle that has a lot of rules and regulations, and it has a whole lot of commitment, guys. You have to be willing to completely submit to this person, or to completely give your will to this person and give your everything to this person. If you're going to be with someone in this kind of relationship, personally, I feel like it's supposed to be one of the deepest connections you can possibly have with someone. That's what I feel like it is. I really feel like it's one of the deepest connections you can have with someone, because you're giving everything to them, and they're giving literally everything to you. They're giving all of themselves to you, you doms. And you doms, you're supposed to give all yourselves to us too. All your attention, all your time, all your effort. Yes, we all have to be adults. We all have to live our own lives. But I don't care what you guys try in private, really. But guys, please, if you are going to try to be in this community, wait until you're older and you're absolutely sure it's what you want. Because I guarantee that some of your decisions are going to change by the time you're my age. Just please, put a lot of thought into this. Put so much research into this. And actually try to figure out if it's the right lifestyle for you. And wait until you're old enough to actually join it. To really try to reach out and try to join the community. Please, for your own safety, guys. Because I don't want to see any of my fans getting hurt. I don't know what I would do. I feel like I would just fall apart if I found out one of my fans got hurt because they were in this too I really don't know what I would do. I I'm starting to cry just thinking about it. Guys, don't get yourselves into this so early. Don't. It's too much for you guys. Trust me. Trust me. Just wait till you're older. Wait till you're sure that this is what you want, that this is the type of lifestyle that you want. Please. I don't know what more I could say, but please be safe, guys, and I love you all so much, and thank you for everyone who is able to get through this 25-minute video. Holy fuck. Oh, I hope this uploads. Thank you guys so much for watching, and again, if you like it, give it a big thumbs up, and please share this to everyone that you know who isn't wanting to be in this community. Please, just get this out there. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next video. Be safe, guys. Please.